Hi, alright, I'm Nick the Knife and I'm going to do this month's monthly cut, which is the steak pack. So here I've got a full choice piece, which is the rib on the bone there, with the running into the sirloin, the full rub, and at the back there's the fillet. So this piece of meat is it's 21 days dry aged to this day. So we take them to 21 days fully on the bone as they are. This lets all the muscle tissue break down, gives it a lot of flavour, a lot of strong flavour, a lot of tastiness. So we have a dry aging chiller down at the cutting plant, which helps us stop it from going mouldy. As you can see, it's kept really well, really good condition, really helps with the fat covering. So this is from Richard Clues at Blacko. He's also our buffalo farmer. So it's a red poll. This will be about 28 months old. It's 100% grass fed, and it's ready to cut up. So I'm going to start now by taking the full fillet out. So if I just turn it onto its back, full fillet runs right there along the back. I'll just start up at the rump end now. The fillet is one of the only muscles that sits on the inside of the skeleton. So it doesn't really do that much work, that's why it's so tender. Just going around each one of these vertebrae now. So we've got that out now. So I'm just going to start and trim it up now. I've got it out. Start and remove all this excess fat and membrane. Just being extra careful. Just taking off now what's called the chain. Some butchers will leave this on for extra weight, extra value, but here at Roman Roosters we always take that off. So there goes the chain. Just come along here now. Remove this excess fat from underneath. I'll just take the silver tissue off the top, silver skin. So as you can see, it is a really small fillet. That's because of the breed of the cow, it being a red poll. They're not the biggest of breeds. They're really slow maturing, but really extra tasty. So I've got that off now. I'll just cut into the centre of the fillet, get two steaks. Cutting them nice and chunky, so you're getting really nice and pink. So that's the fillet. I'm now going to move on to the rest and start with the rump. Just cut it off now. Going through this first joint. The end of going into the tail. Just crack that. Got the rump off. Start taking this bone out now. It's just this hip bone. So as I was saying before, this is off a red poll, which is one of the British native breeds. We use British native breeds because they are a lot slower maturing. They do rear a lot better outdoors on grass, fatten off grass, and can stay in good condition. Whereas a lot of your continental breeds, they won't do that. They need a lot of extra feeds, and barley and oats, and keeping indoors to get fattened. A lot slower process with the rare breeds. Got a lot better flavour. So I've got the bone out now. Just going to trim all this excess fat and gristle away. Rump steak is it's a really underrated cut. It's really tasty, really good, really full of flavour. Steak I always take home because it's one of the biggest ones. I'm just finishing off getting rid of all that excess gristle now. I'll just start and square it up. I'll just trim this top up. Face it up. Look at that. So I've done the rump. I'm just left with the sirloin and the rib, or the ribeye. A lot of butchers will take the forequarter off there, which leave that on the forequarter of the carcass, and just having that hanging on the hindquarter. Whereas here at Roman Roosters, I leave that on the hindquarter so that I can age it all in one full piece, giving you less cooked faces and a lot better dry aging process. So if I were going to take it off the rib of beef on the bone, cut it off there and obviously leave it on the bone. You could bone and roll that then for ribeye roast. But because I'm going to steak all this, I'm just going to bone it all out in one piece. I'm just going to run along these backbones, run along this rib cage, and take it all out together. There she goes. So as you see, it's cow's full skeleton backbone, where it's spinal cord run, rib cage going down, and we've got the sirloin with the ribeye on. So with the bones, we pick the main of the meat off, and then use a lot of the rest we sell in as stock bones, or dog bones. But here, as you can see, with the rib cage, that's what you cut off, and then be your beef back ribs. So if they were pork, maybe baby back pork ribs, but with beef, they're a little bit bigger. So that's them, with all the intercostals in the middle. Really tasty. So I'll put that to one side now. Back with the ribeye and the sirloin. I'm just going to put my knife on there, where the ribeye ends with the sirloin. Put that through. So as you can see that, I'll put one of these, put the sirloin to one side, and I'll start trimming up the ribeye. I'm just going to go through this little seam where the back strap is, going down there, and it just comes out nice and easy all along down this seam. There you go, that's the ribeye. So again, as you can see, the dry aging process just started to mould a little bit there. Nothing to worry about though, that's a really good sign that. Just going to take that little thin crust off. Move it. Cut a nice couple of steaks out of there. There's your ribeyes. So I've just left with the sirloin now. Just going to start trimming this up, ready for staking. So again, I'll take this back strap out. Just trim a little bit of this top off. Square that up. Yeah, that's ready for staking. Perfect. So I've cut a couple of steaks off here now. As you can see, with the really dark, good colour of the beef, it's got a good age, outdoor reared, grass fed, See with the yellow fleck in the fat, that's a good sign of grass. Meat, as it gets older in age, it tends to go a lot darker. That's a good sign of a really flavoursome product, really full of flavour. And with the yellow fat, grass-fed outdoor reared, so really full of flavour there. So that's mixed pig for October, the steak pack. We've got the rump, sirloin, ribeye and fillet available in a single or double at Roosters Farm Shop or online, roamingroosters.co.uk.